Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and we are doing not a YouTube short, we have the Mega Rush mode. So I'm using 2 Goigeist and 4 Annihilate. On the Goigeist Light Screen, Phantom Force, Trick or Treat, Safeguard. I do have an Adamant Nature, max HP, max attack, with leftovers. Annihilate, same thing, but with the Shell Bell instead, and it has Bulk Up, Screech, Rage Fist, and Focus Energy. I do have to give a huge shout out to Panfro Games on YouTube for this strategy. I know other people have uploaded videos of this team, and I lost a bunch of times, but I lost not because my Pokemon were being knocked out. I lost because I was being knocked out by Mega Rayquaza. That was a tough one. I lost a couple times to Zeraora as well, Mega Zeraora, but, you know, I mean, I eventually got that down. It was just like Mega Rayquaza that was essentially the difficult one, for me at least. But we'll take a look at some of these Pokemon. A lot of these early ones obviously are very easy. Just run right through them. They're not difficult at all if you're running this team. I'm sure there's other teams that could beat Mega Rush mode. There's no doubt about it. But this was the team that was able to do it for me. So basically the strategy is you start with Goigeist. You give the Ghost typing to the Pokemon, right? And then you set up a light screen, and you could go for a Safeguard if the Pokemon could burn you, has the potential to burn you, or flinch, whatever it happens to be, right? Paralyze you. Absol doesn't do any of that. Does it flinch you? I don't know. But either way, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to set up a Safeguard. But Annihilate now is going to set up the Bulk Up. I'm going to go for a Screech. Obviously, the Focus Energy is what you want to go for. And then you'll be doing a lot of damage with the C+ Rage Fist attack. And because this is part Dark type, the Rage Fist is only doing neutral damage. You know, it's like this one, Tyranitar, Darkrai. Darkrai, Mega Darkrai, a little bit tough. We'll talk about that later. But, yeah, I mean, it's doing neutral damage compared to the super effective damage, but, you know, Absol's still taking a lot. Definitely want to pick up the Mega Energy because you do want to be able to use more C+ attacks, right? You know, on these earlier bosses it doesn't matter, but, you know, it generally will matter later on. As you can see, you know, when it gets to half health and below, it starts to do more powerful attacks. But on Absol, that doesn't matter, so I'm not worried about dodging or anything. And we do take out the first rogue Pokemon, Absol. So you're not going to lose to Absol, you know, but we'll take that. Good game. Oh, good game. What am I talking about? Good. Let's move on. It's going to be the Mega Slowbro. So, this is another one that... So Slowbro, Mega Slowbro does have a Psychic typing on it, right? Psychic and Water, right? So you're adding the Ghost typing to it. So it is double weak to the Rage Fist once you add it on. As you can see, I'm going for Annihilate's move. I thought I had Goigeist out. That was a little bit of a mistake on my end, but it doesn't matter early on. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it, to be fair, right? But I'll set up the light screen now. And now I could bring in... I think I did use it. No, I didn't use Safeguard. I'm going to bring in an Annihilate, go for that Focus Energy, Bulk Up strategy. You know this by now. Screech. You don't even need to go for Screech. But, yeah, I like Screech. Look how much damage that did. And Mega Slowbro is really, really tanky, right? So, I think I set up another Bulk Up here. Yeah, I have the Bulk Up, C+ Rage Fist attack. So much damage. Getting more critical hits thanks to that Focus Energy, right? So, definitely definitely what you want to do is set up the Focus Energy. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, so I remember this one. I actually do make a mistake here. Just because I guess I'm so confident. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be knocked out. It's only the second boss. And there we go. The Whirlpools knocked me out. I was like, oh, shoot. I lost my first Annihilate on the second boss. Which is the first time that happened. I was too confident, as I said. So you do have to keep that in mind. But I wasn't really concerned about it. But obviously, you never really want to go down. Because you only have 3 heals. And you don't want to use it this early on. You want to use it much later, right? But I'm going to be able to take down the Slowbro in just a moment. I just have to wait for Rage Fist to regenerate, and there it is. And I'm going to be able to knock out the Rogue Mega Slowbro. So I'm going to be able to take that one. Yes, we did lose an Annihilate, but it's not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and move into the next battle now. And the next Pokemon is going to be a Mega Camerupt. This is one where you do want to use Safeguard, because you don't want to get burned. In Annihilate, burned is really bad because you do less damage. You're a physical attacker, right? So you do less damage. So setting up that safeguard is going to be crucial, just so you can try and prevent yourself from being burned, because I have been burned before. But I'm going to start off with, so I have the light screen right now. I started off with the Trick or Treat. Now I'm going to go for the Safeguard right now, and now I'm going to switch into Annihilate. Camerupt, again, it's not difficult by any means, but you just don't want, because that burn continues on into the following battles, and you don't want that, right? We're already down in Annihilate, especially since we're already down one Annihilate. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go for Screech. We got to get another C plus Rage Fist attack. You could consider one Goygeist, 5 Annihilate. Most of the time, my Goygeist, I only needed one Goygeist, I feel like. But there have been times where one of my Goygeists got really low that I used my second one. So I still would recommend the 2 Goygeist. But I could see an argument for 5 Annihilate, 1 Goygeist. But if you lose the Goygeist, the run is over. Well, not over, you have to heal. And if that's like where you don't necessarily want to heal, because you need the Trick or Treat. So you definitely do want the 2. But you could probably get it done with 5. But I'm curious, has anybody watching this, has anybody done this with a no heal run? That would be so incredibly difficult. I could get far, no doubt about it, because I made it up to, I think, Darkrai. No, I think I beat Darkrai without healing one time. And then, yeah, I think either that or I got up to Darkrai, so pretty fast there. So I bring out my Goygeist. I want to go for another Safeguard because I know Safeguard runs out at some point, and I really don't want to be burned. I'm more cautious about that now, considering I'm down 1/8. So I'm going to reset everything, and then, you know, one hit if I get a critical should be enough to knock out the Camerupt. I guess we'll find out. No, that didn't knock it out. I guess I didn't get a critical hit, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter at this point. The Safeguard will last for the rest of the battle. Camerupt is still not fainting. But the next hit, this has got to knock out the Camerupt. Yep, there we go. Goodbye, Camerupt. So yeah, easy battle. Done these so many times, I'm telling you right now. So many times. But let's move on. Let's move on. It's going to be Mega Victreebel. So Mega Victreebel. Another one that you probably do want to set up a Safeguard just because it does have poison attacks. So you don't want to get poisoned. So it is worth throwing on that Safeguard. I'm going to go ahead and switch out the Goygeist right now. First thing I do is go for Trick or Treat. And then I'm going to go ahead and go for the light screen and then the Safeguard. That's the order I generally do it in. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that right now. And then we're going to switch into the Annihilate. Go for the Focus Energy. And now we're going to go for the Bulk Up. Screech. And now we're just going to go for that Rage Fist. That couldn't have been a critical because it would have done a lot more damage. So yeah, I mean, obviously not guaranteed. You know, a lot of it comes down to RNG. It doesn't really matter that I'm not doing a whole lot to this because Victreebel is easy. But later on, obviously, you want those critical hits for sure, right? But he's dizzy right now, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up this Mega Energy. And I want to get one more through before he could, comes back, and he's going to go ahead and go for his attack right now. That's fine. It's a bunch of poison attacks. Safeguard should still be on right now. As you can, I'm really not doing much. None of those were criticals, because it would have done a lot more damage. But that's okay. I think I set up. Do I set up a bulk up here? I must set up a bulk up. Yeah, I'm going for the bulk up. He's below health, below half, so he's going to be able to go for more powerful attacks. I go for a Screech. And that does a decent amount of damage, but nothing crazy. I decided to call back Annihilate. I didn't need to. That's something you probably want to do later on against more powerful Pokemon because you don't want them to get one-shot. Zeraora with its electric attacks will one-shot Annihilate. So if it starts to go for its more powerful attacks, you definitely do want to recall it. But right now, I didn't need to, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. I don't mind setting up again. Yeah, there we go. So that must have been a crit because that did a lot of damage, right? So a little bit longer. Usually I get through Victreebel a lot faster, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, right? So let's move on to the next Pokemon. It's going to be another poison type, Mega Beedrill. You know, I feel like I've done this run so many times because I kept on losing to Mega Rayquaza that I feel like I just know the order of the Pokemon. I just knew the order, right? And I'm going to switch to a Goygeist right now and go for Trick or Treat. Put that Ghost typing on the Victreebel, on the Beedrill. I love this strategy. And I'm gonna go ahead and set up a light screen. Did I go for the safeguard there? I feel like I had to have, right? I mean, usually I go for it against Beedrill. I didn't see it, but maybe I did. Either way, it's fine. Beedrill's not tough, but it is kind of annoying. Same with Barbaracle, because they have these Pokemon on the screen. Like, this has Kakuna here. So sometimes when you're trying to target the Beedrill, you might lock onto the Kakuna. That's definitely happened. I think I'm attacking Kakuna right now. So you don't want to go for Rage Fist against the Kakuna, right? You want to go for it against Beedrill. So it's a little bit annoying, but it's still not tough by any means. It just might take you a little bit longer if you're going for C plus Rage Fist against Kakuna, right? But yeah, Mega Beedrill really doesn't have... Look at that damage. I was about to say really doesn't have bulk to it. And you could tell by that damage, right? Oh, another thing I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video. Make sure you have your Canary plush that you take less damage fully maxed out before this. Because you want to be able to take as many hits as you possibly can, right? So, I recalled my ape. I'm being more cautious just because I have one down already. But again, I didn't have to against this battle. But I'm going to be able to KO that Beedrill with that just one hit. And Mega Beedrill is going to faint. And we're going to be able to take that victory there. No problem. We're going to move on to the next Rogue Mega right now. And that is going to be Mega Hawlucha. No, you might think this is a little bit tough because, you know, Annihilape's all weak to flying attacks. But it's not difficult at all if you have, like, the EVs. Did I mention the EVs? I think I did. But it's max HP, max attack on all the Pokemon. Now, the Goygeist maybe could be better. It doesn't... I never used Shadow Force or Phantom Force, excuse me. So... You know, you could probably go for like a bulkier Goygeist and then, you know, another move over the Phantom Force. I never used it, but, you know, I could see it coming in handy, I guess. But, you know, just in case you lose all apes later on. But, yeah. Either way, we'll do the attack there. Go for a Screech. Bulk Up is available, almost available. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Bulk Up right now. Yeah, because of the light screen, I guess, because of, you know, all of my... you know, all my, you know, the bulk I have, whatever, the Rage Fist, you know, I'm not taking much damage, you know, even from super effective attacks, from, like, Mawile as well, and Mawile, another one, you know, we're able to take, and we're also healing back with the Shell Bell, right, so that's why it's really, really strong. So we do make it dizzy, and now, I want to get an attack through while he's, not available to attack. And now he's going to set up his more powerful attacks right now. That's fine. I can set up another bulk up. I set up a bulk up, so I do want to get this attack through, and I do. And that, you know, paralyzes him. But now he's going to do his attack now. And I know what it is, so yeah, there he comes. Usually he comes and attacks me. I guess, did I? You know, I don't know. Either way, that's fine. We hit him. And I'm going to go ahead and go for a Screech. Go for a Rage Fist, C plus Rage Fist. Almost enough to KO. One more hit. One more C plus hit. Honestly, C plus wasn't even necessary. But either way, we'll just do it for good measure. Why not? Goodbye, Mega Hawlucha. We'll take that. Good game. I don't know why I said good game. I'm not battling any trainer. You know, I'm not battling a real person. You know, I'm just battling a computer. This is a long video. This is over an hour. It's like almost an hour and a half, I think. Oh, Banette. Banette's a little bit annoying, Mega Banette, because it makes multiples of itself. And obviously, if you're going for like C+, you're going for Screech or whatever, you could be going for the wrong Banette. So it is kind of annoying. Against ghost types, you can't add an additional ghost type. So you skip the Trick or Treat version. You don't go for the Trick or Treat. I'm going to go ahead and go for a light screen. I'm going to go for Focus Energy right now with my Annihilate. And then I want to go for a Bulk Up. We're taking decent damage with Annihilate, but I'm not too worried about it because we'll be healing ourselves back with Shell Bell, and we're doing a lot of damage. So, again, as I mentioned, right, I mean, multiple Banette, you just kind of gotta get lucky. I don't think there's a way to know which one is the correct one. If there is, let me know, because I hadn't figured that out. But either way, we hit that Banette, and that did a lot of damage, so love to see it. He's going to use Double Team again, so I'm going to go ahead and go for an attack, but not able to hit him. I went for a Screech there. I can go for a Rage Fist now. I am going for a C+ Rage Fist, even though I know it might not be the real Banette. That's just something, you know, again, like, yes, it's a little bit annoying, especially if you continuously hit the wrong Banette, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Banette's easy enough, you know, so it doesn't really matter. Look how much damage that did. We connected. You know, the focus energy, love it, love this strategy. You know, I've used this again in-game as well, this strategy, you know. It's a lot of fun. So goodbye, Mega Banette, we're able to take that one. So annoying, but not difficult. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next battle. And the next one is going to be Mega Ampharos. So this one is one that you do want to set up a safeguard because it could paralyze you, and you don't want to get paralyzed. Being paralyzed is not as bad as being burned, but if you can avoid it, you can avoid it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to my Goygeist. And go for Trick or Treat. Make a Goygeist, and it does last for the whole battle, by the way, so he's permanently a Ghost type. You don't have to set it up again. It doesn't run out, thankfully. It doesn't erase his other typings, by the way, so, you know. If there was a normal Pokemon in this run, it wouldn't be possible for the strategy, right? Because Rage Fist would still be, you wouldn't be able to touch it. Am I right about that, right? Because it's immune, even if you had the Ghost typing. Anyway, the Annihilate is going to go ahead and go for the Rage Fist right now. Set up a Bulk Up. I did go for Screech right there, and now I'm going for Rage Fist. I'm going for another Screech. And okay, you know, now he's dizzy, so I'm going to take this time to set up an attack, another Bulk Up, and now go for a Rage Fist, collect all that Mega Energy, and Screech. It's rinse and repeat. It's the same thing for all the Pokemon. You know, like, once in a while, like, you don't have Ghost types, you don't use Trick or Treat, you know, but, like, for the most part, it's pretty much the same thing. And as you can see, my safeguard must have run out because I'm paralyzed. So, something I said you want to avoid didn't happen. As you see, my light screen ran out as well. So, once I see the light screen run out, honestly, I could pull the Annihilate back, switch in Goygeist, go for the light screen, go for the safeguard. And because I didn't do that this run or this battle, I am paralyzed. So, but I can still use it. I'm not losing health. My attack isn't weaker. You know, like poison, you lose health. Burn, your attack is weak, right? You know, at least with being paralyzed, at least you can still attack. So it's, in my opinion, it's better than being burned. Certainly, burn is like the worst one, right? Dodge all these attacks. You know, I've recalled the Annihilate, and I'm gonna go ahead and just set up again. The Ampharos is almost gone. The run is going okay. I've definitely had better runs. You know, I made it up to like Darkrai before without, you know, having any status conditions, so it could be a better run, but I didn't use any heals. I still have 2 fully healthy Annihilates, actually 3, except one is paralyzed, but still, you know. But we're able to KO that Mega Ampharos and take that win. Love to see it. Yeah, it's funny, when I first heard of this challenge, I didn't think I would be able to, I didn't think I was going to try it, but I'm glad I did. I think this is Barbaracle? Yeah, this is Mega Barbaracle. Another one that's a little bit annoying, similar to Beedrill, just because it has all those Binnacle on the field that you might target by accident when you go in for Mega Barbaracle. But, you know, it's still not a tough one to battle. So same strategy. Trick or Treat. You know, you definitely want to give the Ghost typing to this Mega Barbaracle. And then I'm going to set up a light screen. I didn't go for Safeguard because I don't think he has anything that could, like, status you or anything. Well, it wouldn't matter, I guess, because I'm already paralyzed with this Annihilate. So, like, I can't get burned. I can't get poisoned. I know he can't do that to you anyway. He might be able to flinch you with, like, the Rock Slides. So, you know, I guess Safeguard would have been useful there, but that's alright. And yeah, I'll just go for an attack right there. Go for a Screech. I need to set up another bulk up. Yep, gonna be able to set up the bulk up. And I'm gonna go for a Rage Fist as well. And he ran away, so he did avoid that attack. So a little bit unfortunate there, but that's okay. I do go for another one because my bulk up was not available, but now it's available. And I'm gonna go ahead and go for it right now. And he's using his powerful attack. I want to get one Rage Fist in. This is where he comes and like tries to attack you, but I do get that in, and I stop him from doing so. But he's still going to go for his million punches, you know. But that's okay. Here come the Binnacle. But that's okay. Just try and avoid going after them. You could knock them out if you want, I guess. I guess maybe that would be good. But honestly, Binnacle and like Beedrill are just so easy anyway with this team. I feel like it wasn't even necessary to do that. Even if it's like, I miss him because I go for a Binnacle or whatever. It's like whatever, you know what I'm saying? All right, one hit. I don't need to bulk up anymore. I just need to go for Rage Fist, and that will KO the Mega Barbaracle. So yeah, we're able to take that one. Mega Barbaracle faints, and we're going to move on to the next battle. So here we go. Next Rogue Mega Pokemon. Mega Mawile. So here's the Mawile. Yes, we are weak to the Play Rough. We're weak to fairy attacks with Annihilate, but it's still easy to beat. It's still not difficult even if you get hit because you're raising your health every single time, right? With that Shell Bell. And when you're landing so much damage against these Rogue Megas, you're healing yourself all the way up. So even if Play Rough does a decent amount of damage, it's not bad. Paused it by accident. I've done that multiple times throughout. But that's okay. Light screen, and now I'm gonna bring out my Paralyzed Annihilate and begin the setup as usual. So there comes the Play Rough, but that's not a big deal. It doesn't even do that much, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Rage Fist, and look how much damage that did, and all my health is back. So even though it did if you didn't have the Shell Bell, this would be a lot more difficult because if you're not getting health back, this is really rough, right? So already below half health. I'm going to go for another bulk up. I'm going to go for a Screech. And now Mawile is going to start to use its more powerful attack. I do recall it, so I guess I wasted that bulk up and Screech, but whatever. Another one I probably didn't have to recall, but I did. So I'm just going to go ahead and dodge these attacks. Easy to dodge, even if you get hit by one. I mean, it's not like it's going to KO you or anything, or even put you in the red. So just avoid it. Now I'm going to send out my Annihilate, and I'm going to begin the setup process again. There we go, poison it again. By the way, with the DLC, shouldn't they have added more rewards after the Shiny Charm? That's unrelated to this video, but shouldn't they have done that? I mean, come on, they should have added more rewards because I'm almost done with all the hyperspace challenges. And we don't have any more rewards. Maybe they'll update it. Who knows? But I do get off my, I think, maybe, do I get off my Rage Fist here? I think I do. Yeah, that just actually just KO'd. 50% of Mawile's health deleted. So, we're going to be able, you can see how good this team is, right? We're going to be able to move on to the next battle, and it's going to be Froslass. Okay, Froslass is another ghost type, so you're not going to go for Trick or Treat against Froslass. But you're still going to set up the light screen as well as the safeguard because you don't want to be frozen. So keep that in mind. Even though I am paralyzed, I can't be frozen with that Annihilate. That's the benefit to being paralyzed, I guess. But I'm still going to set it up anyway, just in case I use another Annihilate. But I'm not. I'm going to bring in my Annihilate. And I'm going to begin the setup right now with the Focus Energy. And I am going to go for the bulk up and then the Screech. And then we can see plus Rage Fist. Wait for him to teleport. And then go for that attack. Not doing much. Focus Energy must have not went through, right? He teleported. I don't think the Screech landed, but that's fine. Icy Wind. Okay. Oh, Icy Wind lowering my attack? I think that lowers my attack, Icy Wind, right? So maybe that's why I'm not doing as much damage too? Maybe. Am I correct about that? I mean, if you land Focus Energy, if you get the I don't think the debuffs matter, right? If you get a critical hit, I think that ignores the debuffs, if I'm not mistaken. But if you don't, I don't think it will. I think Icy Wind debuffs your attack. I have to get more familiar with a lot of these, especially with like the competitive Pokemon. But I hide behind here because he's going to throw an attack. So you want to hide behind one of these ice blocks, and then when he throws his attack, you won't take any damage because the ice will shatter instead. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know how much damage you would take. Like, would it put you in the red if you didn't do that? I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't if you maxed out on the Canary plush, but I'm not sure. Okay, Froslass coming back, and I'm going to be able to land it. Did I land it? I don't know. But I'm going to bulk up now. I'm not doing a lot of damage. There have been times I've done like 50% health to Froslass, but I'm really not doing much. It might be because of the Icy Wind. I'm not sure. But that's fine. It's taking longer than you would expect, but not a big deal if it does, especially with these earlier bosses, right? And when I say earlier, I'm essentially talking about the Pokemon before the DLC came out. So anything up until, I think, Mega Starmie is the last one, before the Mega Absol Z. Yeah, we want to set up the bulk up. We want to go for Screech. And Rage Fist. I've never set up timestamps before. I'm going to try to set up timestamps, by the way, for this video for all the bosses. I've actually never done it before, so I don't know how to do it, but I'm sure it's not difficult. If I don't have timestamps, though, it's because I couldn't figure it out. So apologies, but hopefully I do. Yeah, I'm really not doing a lot to Froslass, but I want to get behind this Ice Cube. I'm going to recall my Annihilate this time. I pause it. Oh, I guess... I don't think this was an accident. I forgot to edit this out. I think I had went to talk to someone or something. That's why. Yeah, my apologies for that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I got a call or something. I think I got a call, so my apologies for that. But that's okay because it wasn't long. So there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and begin the setup again. I mean, even though we haven't been doing a lot of damage to Froslass, it's still at like almost 50% health, right? So, oh, he could also burn you with like one of his attacks. I know because I was burned by it. I was surprised. You know, I'm not being burned because I'm paralyzed. I guess that's the good thing, right? I already mentioned it. It's the good thing about being paralyzed. Look, I just one-shot it. It was 50% health. I wasn't doing a lot of damage. That focus energy knocked him out because I got a critical hit. So you could see how much that focus energy matters, you know. But let's move on to the next one, Altaria. Okay, Altaria was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for the Altaria. It does stay in the sky a lot, but you can still hit it when it's in the sky. So I enjoyed this battle, to be honest with you. I didn't enjoy battling it like 20 times, but you know, yeah, it took me a lot longer than it probably. Let me know how long it took you. It didn't. I don't think it took 20 times, but it took a while because I was being KO'd. It wasn't my Pokemon; it was me. You know, I'm like dodging that Mega Rayquaza. You know, Mega Rayquaza is gonna give me nightmares. You know. Again, huge shout out to Panfro Games. I watched his Mega Rayquaza battle to get better strategy. I had to do that with Megazord as well. But eventually, Megazord became like easy to me at some point, you know, because I battled it so many times. But I did lose a couple times to Megazord. Okay, so he did avoid one Rage Fist attack, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw another one. Oh, was I paralyzed? Maybe I was paralyzed and that didn't go through. I don't know. I'm gonna try again. Not doing much damage there, but that's fine. I'm gonna go for a Screech. I went for bulk up, and now we can Rage Fist plus, C plus, and look at that damage. Beautiful damage. Beautiful damage. I'm collecting the Mega Energy, and as you can see, he's flying up. You can still hit him from here, and I am trying to, but his attack is coming through. His Whirlwind, is that it? I don't know what attack that is. I flinched from that, but that's okay. And I'm going to do my best to avoid these. Yeah, I recalled my Annihilate, so I'm going to send it back. I'm not too concerned about the health. I'm still at 50% health, and I will get it back when I do more damage. Outcomes, was it Dragon Pulse? I don't know. Moon, oh no, it's Moonblast. Okay, so it is super effective towards Annihilate. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Rage Fist. So much damage. That's going to give me all my health back. That is wild. So, can I get one more hit? No, because he's going to fly away and do the attack. So here we come. I'm going to recall Annihilate. And the Whirlwinds are coming. You could attack him like this. You know, you'll be taking damage from the Whirlwind. But, you know, just avoid these. These are easy to avoid. They go slow. And even if one hits you, like, it's not going to knock you out. So just do your best to avoid them. I'm going to go ahead and send back Annihilate and set up. Again, definitely want to go for the Focus Energy every single time, unless if it's like 1, 2, 3 HP. It's very low where you know one Rage Fist will KO. I'm going to go for a Bulk Up. A critical hit will KO him. I don't think a non-critical will. Oh, look at that damage. Or not damage, attack. That was a cool attack. Where is that Altaria? There it is. And I think I went for the Rage Fist. No, I'm going for it now. One hit, maybe? Yeah, one hit because I guess we got that critical. I don't think it would have KO'd if we didn't get that critical. But we do KO the Mega Altaria. Very nice. Very nice. And we're going to be able to take on the next Pokemon. We'll see what it is. Just a moment. Just a moment. Here we go. Who is it? Venusaur, that's right. Okay, Mega Venusaur. We're getting close to the DLC Pokemon. But Mega Venusaur, not tough. Another one that Safeguard would come in handy because it is a poison type and it does have poison attacks. So you could get poisoned. Definitely go for Safeguard. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Trick or Treat. And then the light screen right now. And then I'm going to go for a Safeguard. Even though I do have the Paralyzed Annihilate I'll be using, I just went for it. Just because, you know, doesn't really harm me to go for it. Alright, I'm going to do the usual setup. You've seen this like every battle so far. He hit me with a Power Whip, but that didn't do much, right? And I'm not necessarily concerned about dodging like these attacks like early on. It's later on where I definitely want to dodge them. We did a little bit of damage, but not much. I don't have enough to use C+ right now, so I have to do some more Screech attacks, Bulk Up. I could Bulk Up. I think I did. Yeah, I went for the Bulk Up. Now I can C+ the Rage Fist. And I think I hit one of those vines, or those, whatever they are, whatever they're called. You know, so one of the things he sets up, yeah, I just hit it right there. So you definitely want to, there's a lot going on. It's kind of like the Beedrill, right? It's kind of like the Barbaracle. They're not Pokemon, but it's still a little bit annoying. Look how much damage we did to that Mega Venusaur there, though. But yeah, so just something to keep in mind, right? When you go in for them. So I'm going to go for the Focus Energy, go for another setup, go for a Bulk Up. Then we can start going for Rage Fist. Probably go for, yeah, we go for a Screech. And now we can Rage Fist. Let's see how much this does. Oh, so much damage. One more hit could KO if we get a crit. I'm going to go for a Screech. I must set up a Bulk Up. Yeah, I do. And I'm like, okay, if we crit, this will KO. And I did not even hit it. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got rid of the Mega Venusaur. So, yeah, again, some of these annoying, like Banette, Venusaur, but they're not bad. You know what I'm saying? They're not bad. So, annoying doesn't equal bad. I think this is Dragonite. It is Dragonite. Mega Dragonite. First Mega revealed for this game. You know, Mega Dragonite. So here we go. Let's see what we got against Mega Dragonite. So, going to bring in my Goygeist. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, begin the setup. You could Safeguard here. I want to say Mega Dragonite could flinch you. It could also burn you, by the way, with that, what was that, Flamethrower? So like it has burned me in the past. So setting up a Safeguard does make sense against Mega Dragonite. Dragonite left the battlefield. There it is. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Screech, I think. Yep, Screech. We'll lower the defense, and now we can go for a C+. Rage Fist, doing so much damage. Doing so much damage, collecting the Mega Energy. And I'm going to go ahead and go for another one. Oh, look how much damage that did. That almost just one-shotted. That's wild. That's so much damage. You love to see it. You love to see it. So Dragonite's coming in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and go for Rage Fist Plus. I'm hoping this is enough. It's enough before he gets off its attack, and we're able to KO that Mega Dragonite. Awesome. Alright, cool. Is it Tyranitar that's next? I think Mega Tyranitar is next, and then Starmie after that, I think. Yep, this is the Tyranitar. So Tyranitar really is not that bad. It is a Dark type, though, so when you give it the Ghost typing, it takes neutral from Rage Fist. And it is a bulky Pokemon, so it's... I thought it was going to be difficult, you know, but it really wasn't. You know, the first time I played through this mode. But, you know, you have the setup and everything. It's not bad. It has Crunch or whatever that, you know, it could do super effective damage towards Goygeist. You know, obviously you don't want to take too much from Goygeist, but it's really not bad. So just begin the setup. You won't be doing as much damage, right, you know, as some other Pokemon, you know, as some other Pokemon. But if you get those crits and everything, it's still neutral, so it's still not bad. But the bulk really, really does help out the Tyranitar. But still, I mean, you're not gonna have a problem against Mega Tyranitar for the most. I don't really think that, because his attacks are pretty much easy to avoid as well when he goes for his more powerful attacks. Yeah, we didn't do a lot there, but that's fine. We'll be able to set up a bulk up, which is what I'm gonna do right now. Go for a Screech. Just want to do as much damage as possible, right? And now I can go for the Rage Fist, get that health back that he just... Well, not all the health back because it's not doing too much. But totally fine there. And I'm going for another one. And yeah, I mean, going for another one right now. Here come the, what is this, Santoom? Yeah, Santoom. Now he's going for his other attack right now. And this is the one I was talking about. It's pretty easy to evolve, even when he's below half health. You know, it's stronger, but like it's still easy to avoid. You know, so just roll when it's coming towards you, and you should be fine there, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go for yeah, all the setup moves again. You know, and I'm gonna go for a Screech. And yeah, I mean he's almost at 50% health, so even though we're doing less than like other Pokemon, you can see it's still not bad. And, you know, Annihilate's not in danger of being, if you think about it, in danger of being knocked out, because we resist his rock attacks, right? And then, you know, like the Crunch is neutral, or the, whatever Dark, it's a Crunch Bite, whatever it is. It's, you know, see, so as you can see, he's doing more, but it's still easy to avoid, you know. So that's exactly what we're doing. Just avoid it when he does this. No problem at all. Even if it hits you, it's not going to KO or even put you in the red, the first one, so it's not bad. He does set up... The Sandtombs I find more annoying, but like this. But I still set Annihilate in because it really is not doing a lot of damage, right? So I'm still attacking him, and plus I'm getting the damage back anyway with the Shell Bell, so don't really have to be that concerned. I did get hit, as you can see, the borders around me, but I'm still not in the red. When you get in the red, just dodge until the red goes away. No matter what boss you're battling. You know, no matter what, even if it's early on, if you happen to go into the red early on, dodge, avoid as much as possible, because you don't want, because one more hit will KO you and you don't want to get knocked out. Now we have Starmie. Now Starmie is a psychic water type, right? So if you give it the ghost type, it is double weak to Rage Fist, which is huge. So Starmie, the thing about Mega Starmie is it's easy to knock out because you're doing a lot of damage, double super effective, especially if you crit it, right? But the one thing I will say about it is it is really fast. So it runs all the way around, it like jumps up, and so you do have to keep in mind, you have to try and, you know, wait for it to land before going for an attack, because you don't want it to just like, you don't want to go for C plus Rage Fist and miss, right? So I set up the C plus. I didn't go for the Rage Fist yet. I'm going for, yeah, I'm waiting for the Rage Fist, waiting for him to land again, and now I can go for the Rage Fist. Oh no, I go for a Screech, okay. And then I go for Rage Fist. I just ignored everything I recommended doing. Okay, cool. Cool. But that is fine, because again, Starmie, not difficult. That didn't do much, as much as I thought it was going to do. I guess we didn't, land, focus energy, didn't get a crit or whatever. I guess that's why I'm calling back my Annihilate. Starmie does chase after you. But, it's not bad at all. And I'm gonna, you don't even have to recall that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and set up again. And I do go for a Screech against the Mega Starmie. Because if the Screech misses, well, it is what it is. Starmie is gonna drop right now. I do go for an attack and doing some pretty good damage. Yeah, I mean, if you get like critical hits, you're gonna be doing a lot more. And if you're like so boosted, like you could do a lot more. Like you could two-shot this, to be honest. I missed again because I was hoping to hit it before, but even if I guess it's not the end of the world, I don't think you're gonna lose to Mega Starmie unless we have like one Annihilate left, whatever. The Water Gun attack doesn't do too much. Hydro Pump, whatever it is, and I missed again. I love how I follow my advice. Love to see it, but it doesn't do much to Annihilate either. And I go for the Screech. And I'm going to not be enough to KO it. It's not going to be enough to KO it, but that's alright. I'm going to go for another bulk up. Yeah, taking more damage. I thought it would be a little bit easier, but I mean, it is easy. I just thought we'd do a little bit more. I'm missing so many times. I'm just like, but you can see how like Starmie leaping all over the field kind of gets. I don't know. I keep on saying annoying. I don't know. It's fine. But wait for it to land, and now I'm gonna go for the Rage Fist, but it's gonna back up and it's going to avoid it anyway. But that's okay. One more hit, maybe. I don't have the bulk up active. But yeah, one more hit and that will KO the Mega Starmie. We probably got a critical hit there. But yeah, so we're able to take it a little bit longer than I expected, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and jump into the next fight. And this is going to be the start of the DLC Pokemon. We have another Absol, Mega Absol Z. Now this one is a Dark type, so Trick or Treat, giving the Ghost type to it, will make the Rage Fist attacks neutral. But it's really not difficult anyway. Mega Absol Z's attacks are not tough to avoid, and they don't KO you. I mean, yeah, it's the first DLC Pokemon, so it's not rough to handle. We have not used the heal yet. You definitely want to save them. So I'm going to go ahead and send out my Annihilate right now and begin the setup process. I'm going to go for, I have the bulk up, I'm going to go for a Screech. Now we'll see plus the Rage Fist. And yeah, I mean, pretty good damage, neutral, pretty good damage. We'll take it, I'm gonna go for it again. I mean, we'll take that damage, so I don't think we had a bulk up active during that last hit. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go for, I think, try to get off another Screech. We do get off another Screech. I did that multiple times throughout my playthroughs by accident. That's fine. Set up a bulk up, very nice. And he's going to go for his attack, but it's really not tough to avoid anything. I mean, you should still try to avoid. I didn't even call back Annihilate. But, he's aiming for you, but you just keep on rolling and you just avoid it. But I do have to set up again, so I'm going to go for the bulk up and a Screech. And look how much damage I did. That was actually pretty good damage. So he's below half health now. Now his attacks are going to be stronger. But that's okay, because that's still not tough. And we're about to see it. He does a similar thing, but he sends out like 3 of them. Or I think, right? Yeah, 3 of them. But even though it hit me, it still doesn't threaten a knockout. So yeah, just keep on rolling, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine there. Again, I can't stress it enough. Canary Plush maxed out for your the damage you take is definitely important. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Screech, and that Rage Fist C+ attack will KO that Mega Absol Z. Very cool Mega. I really like that Mega. So we're gonna go ahead and move into the next battle, which is I actually don't like this one. It's gonna be Mega Staraptor. I'm not a fan of. I mean, I like the Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool Mega, but battling it is kind of annoying. You are weak to flying attacks. It is a Pokemon later on, so like it's not like super easy. It flies all over the place, but it's still not one where you're not gonna need a heal. I don't think, and it's not that bad. It's just one that, out of all of them so far, probably my least favorite to battle against, up until now, you know. But it's still not bad, you know. So as you see, I mean that look at that damage. Actually, pretty good damage, you know. And we did, you know, that's pretty good damage to my Annihilate just from that. But you get it back, right? You get it back with the Shell Bell. So yeah, I mean, this is another one where you kind of want to wait for it to stay still instead of going for attacks. Of course, I'm not listening to myself, but you know, but that's okay. I have to set up another bulk up, and I try to get off a Rage Fist, and there we go. I do get it off, which is nice. Now this is a fighting and flying type, right? I think Mega Staraptor is a fighting and flying type. If it kept its normal typing, you couldn't do this strategy. Am I right? Because Ghost type is immune, so even though you give it a Ghost typing, your attack is still going to be immune. If that's different in this game, let me know, but I don't think it is. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and go for a bulk up. And yeah, so I mean, I said this one's probably my least favorite, but still, I mean, we're able to take it just fine. Look how much damage that did to Mega Staraptor. Love Focus Energy. I'm telling you right now, I love it. Another question I had for any of you watching: what strategy did you use to beat this? What other strategies are there? Is there another strategy you used, or did you use it to beat it with this, or did you not beat it yet? I'm curious to hear what you have to say. But either way, Mega Staraptor goes down. We're going to be battling Mega Tatsugiri now. So Mega Tatsugiri is not a tough one. The attacks don't do much. It's not bulky, but it is fast. It does move all over the place. So it's not one that you have to really worry about, but still, you might miss a lot, you know, and that's fine. So I'm going to give it the Ghost typing. And I did just that. Set up a light screen. And I don't think you need a safeguard in this battle. So I actually bring in my Annihilate, my other Annihilate. The reason for that is because it's not because I'm paralyzed. It's because I'm in the yellow with my other one. So I decided to bring in one of my other Annihilates. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Screech right now. Yeah, I mean, because this Pokemon is fast, it goes all over the place. You kind of do want to wait, you know, until it settles down and, you know, it goes for its attack and then, you know, hold off because it keeps on dodging and moving. You could miss. See, I missed that. So I could have waited for it to here, you know, and went for the attack there, but whatever, you know. So now it uses its powerful attack, which is going to be, it's going to go in the air. It's going to shoot a lot of these. I don't even know what these attacks are called. That attack is called. Easy to dodge. Annihilate's not taking much damage from it, so no point in recalling it back to its Pokeball, in my opinion. And just wait for it to stop and continue to set up, because like even when it's attacking you like that, it's too high up that you're not going to be able to hit it anyway. So go for the Rage Fist, and that KOs. We don't even have to see the other one. It's the same thing, but he throws more at you, so we don't even have to see that. So we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next one, which is gonna be Mega Meowstic. So Mega Meowstic is interesting. It is a Psychic type, so when you give it the Ghost typing again, another one that is double weak, which is good, but it does set up the screens, right? So I don't know which screen. Does it have both? Does it have Reflect and Light screen, or is it just one? I don't know. I don't remember what it sets up. But, you know, Annihilate's damage, because of that, Annihilate is doing less damage if it sets up the physical screen, which I actually don't remember if it does. So because of that, it will help it take its attacks a lot better, right? But still, it's not tough. I mean, the double weakness, the 4 times weakness is going to help you out a lot, though, with Rage Fist C+, right? I'm not a fan of this Pokemon's attack, though, when it uses its powerful attack, where it creates that, I don't know, house, building, whatever you want to call it. There is a strategy to, like, destroy it, but we'll talk about it when it uses that attack. Not this one. So I'm going to set up my Bulk Up right now and try to Rage Fist. It does have Teleport, so it can leave. See, it did a lot of damage. We got a critical hit there, though. So it does Teleport into the middle, and I think it's setting up its attack right now. No, it's not. Okay, so yeah, this one doesn't do a lot. Is that Psybeam? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to set up Bulk Up. I'm going to try to get a Rage Fist in. Not yet. Can I get a Rage Fist in here? Oh, I KO it. We don't even see it this run. And basically, he sets up his house, whatever it's called. If you battle Mega Meowstic, you know what I'm talking about. And there is a way to destroy it. Usually, I try to just dodge the attacks. Most of the time, I don't dodge it. I go into the red. But then I do end up surviving anyway. Interesting. I don't even remember. Anyway, we'll move on to Mega Heatran. Mega Heatran is a Pokemon that stays in the middle because it's a slow Pokemon, which is good, right? It doesn't run around. You're always going to land with rate. Well, it does throw some lava rocks or whatever you want to call it. So like you could target those by accident, but generally speaking, it's easy. You just have to avoid its fire attacks because like the steel attack, whatever the flash was, it flash? It was Flash Cannon, yeah. That's easy to avoid, but you do have to watch out. For like Magma Storm or some other of these fire attacks, because that one's not too bad, but like it gets more difficult later on. You just have to make sure you just avoid them, because you don't want to get like consumed with all this fire and then lose that way. I did lose to Mega Heatran once. It was the very first time, the first run I did. I just got overwhelmed with all the attacks, but ever since then, Mega Heatran has been easy for me at least. That attack is fine. It's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and go for an attack right now. Rage Fist C+. So here we go. We have the Magma Storm. I think that's what that is. And now he's going to send out his fire attack, which you just dodge. Probably want to call back your Annihilate during this attack. It gets harder when he's below half health, right? But yeah, I mean, that's what KO'd me, knocked me out. I think when he was below half health that one time. But it's really not tough, as long as you realize what to do and everything. You should be good to go. He is at half health now, so now his following attacks are going to be more difficult when he uses that, but that's fine. And yeah, there he goes. And there are those lava rocks that I was talking about, so you could target those. You don't want to, but it happens on accident. There's a lot going on, right? So you definitely have to run here. This is where I lost the first time I battled Mega Heatran. With this, so this is definitely annoying, I guess. But this is the hardest part, and once you survive it, it's not difficult to survive once you realize what's happening. But avoid all these. I think this is Magma Storm, right? I think so. And avoid Flash Cannon, and you'll be able to beat Mega Heatran in no time. And I like battling Heatran. I like this Mega in general, by the way. It's actually one of my favorite new Megas. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But the battle as well, I like it. I just stands put. But Heatran, of course, is not going to be a fast Pokemon. I made a mistake here. I meant to heal, because we're going up against Mega Darkrai now. Or Darkrai. Oh, no, never mind. Excuse me. Darkrai's the next one. After this one, I meant to heal. We'll talk about that. Zeraora. So I lost to Zeraora, Mega Zeraora, a couple times. But once I got it down packed, it became easy for me. So you want to do the same as usual. This is another one. You do want to set up a safeguard on, because it could paralyze you, and you don't want to be paralyzed. And you want to bring in your Annihilate, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'm setting up. Yeah, his attacks where he throws Electro Web, which he's going to do soon, like right now, I think. Yeah, Electro Web. That's easy. That's not a problem. I think it can slow you down if you land on it, but like it's not a problem or anything. The problem comes when he throws his other electric attacks. But we're going to talk about that when we see it, you know, when he uses his more powerful electric attacks. But I'm confused, but that's okay. I'm going to be able to set it Rage Fist right now, or Screech, whatever I did. I did do a Screech. Here we go. So he's doing it right now. So the problem with this attack is, well, as you can see, it one-shots your Pokemon, so one-shot Annihilate. But aside from that, if you get hit, you're immediately in the red. I dodged that. It looked like I got hit. So if it hits you, you're immediately in the red. And obviously when he's 50% or lower on health, he does it even stronger. So if you get hit once, one more attack is going to knock you out, and you're going to have to start the run over. That's why Mega Zeraora can be annoying and tough, to be honest. But overall, it wasn't that bad once I figured out what to do. Once I watched Panfro games, once I watched his battle a couple times, learned, you know, how to, I guess, do it more times. Definitely check out his channel. Link in the description down below. Great content creator, right? So now he's going to be able to, when he throws his attack, it's going to do more damage. So I'm going to go for a Screech right now. I don't know if that Screech landed. Here he comes! Here he comes! So his electric attacks are pretty much going to go, and it's going to go in random order. So just pay attention. He's going to do it again. Pay attention to where he is. And now it zigzags across. So when it gets close to you, just dodge. But I was hit. I was like, uh-oh. I'm going to lose to Mega Zeraora. If that hit me, I would have lost, but I dodged it. I dodged it. You might want to try and get close to him, because once you pass that, it's not going to come back to you. So it might be better, yeah, just to stay closer to him. I was hit again. You know, I've been avoiding these attacks really well in the last few tries, but it hit me twice here. Luckily, the red fades, and once you hit with the red, definitely just dodge, avoid his attacks until you're not in the red anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be in the red and get knocked out. Not at all. I got to set up a bulk up and go for an attack. And he did leave. He's throwing out, what was it, 5 Electro Webs. So we'll definitely slow down Annihilate, but it's not really... Electro Web is not bad at all. He's almost done, but like, I do not want to get KO'd if he brings out his other electric attacks again. That has happened before, so, but we do KO the Mega Zeraora. I love to see it. Most of the time I do, when I've been getting up to Zero, most of the time I've been beating it. I think I lost to it twice, you know, and this is where I meant to heal. As you see, I'm not going immediately. It's because my brother just, like, you know, came to talk to me about something, and I was talking to him, and I meant to heal before Mega Darkrai, but I guess I got distracted, you know. I meant to edit this part out as well, by the way, but I guess I could explain that story, so it's really not a big deal. See, as you can see, once I click on ready, I'm like, oops. But that's okay. Darkrai, so Darkrai is a dark type, right? So like a lot of other dark types, when you give it the ghost typing, it's going to be neutral damage, which is not bad for Darkrai. Darkrai is not bad. Mega Darkrai could be a problem. Now, you know, I heard people say Mega Darkrai would be one of the most difficult ones in this run, but to be honest, I've never lost to it whenever I got up to it. So for me, I haven't had a problem. I thought I was gonna be in trouble because I only have 2 apes left, but it was not tough, you know. But yeah, with Goigeist, I do think it is worth throwing up that safeguard, because you don't want to get put to sleep. And I think Darkrai has Dark Void, I think, right? So like, you don't want to be put to sleep. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Pokemon that's not tough. It's just Mega Darkrai. It is a little bit tough. I'm not gonna. It is difficult, but I did well with it. We'll look at it when we get to it. It's pretty much Darkrai. It's just stronger, a lot stronger. It does have other moves too. We'll look at it when we see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for Screech, and he's going for his powerful attack right now. I do call that Annihilate, but I don't really even think I necessarily had to. You know, he throws these. These are easy to avoid, easy enough, right? So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be able to avoid it. And now I am going to attempt to set up a bulk up. I paused it here, I guess. I don't know, I guess I paused it there. I don't know. Yes, set up that bulk up, go for a Screech, and now we want to go for C plus Rage Fist. And he avoids it, of course, because he is a ghost type now because I made him a ghost type, but technically he's not a ghost type, right? Which is weird. You know, I'm surprised they didn't make Mega Darkrai a ghost type at the very least. If they did, and I'm wrong, I don't think I'm wrong, but if they did and I'm wrong, then I went for Trick or Treat against Mega Darkrai. No, he's still pure Dark. He's still pure Dark. We're trying to attack. I don't have to be this cautious against the regular Darkrai. It's the Mega Darkrai that you have to be more cautious about, because it is more difficult, but we do get him below 50%, which is nice. Although he is going to get stronger as well. I do set up that bulk up. Love to see it. And I'm going to go ahead and go for a Rage Fist. Get in that damage. And now he is going to throw more because his attack is stronger now. But again, easy enough. I mean, I don't think like the Darkrai, Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, they were necessarily meant to be super strong. And I say that because you have to do both the battles in the same go, right? And that includes the main story as well for the DLC. So, I mean, they're more or less meant... the Mega Evolution is meant to be the difficult one. So we do take out the Darkrai. That just KO'd it right there. So now Darkrai is going to Mega Evolve. So I knew I would beat Darkrai. I wasn't sure I would beat Mega Darkrai. But the Darkrai is going to Mega Evolve right now. And here we go, Mega Darkrai. I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it at first, but the Pokemon's grown on me, to be honest with you. You know, yeah, I like it. So, yeah, I do give it that ghost typing. Yep, the ghost typing was added to it, so that confirms it is a pure dark type. I mean, I knew it was. I'm going to go ahead and go for the light screen. Look how much damage it's doing to that Goygeist, but I'm going to switch out to Annihilate and begin the setup with Bulk Up right now. And we want to try and go for a Screech. You don't necessarily need Screech in some of these battles. It's just like, against like Darkrai, for example, like, because it's a dark type and it is pretty bulky, you want to do as much damage as possible to it. I'm going to go ahead and go for my attack. Well, no, I went for Rage Fist, and I'm going to go for, yeah, wait for him to leave. Go over here, and now I go for the Rage Fist. And I do some okay damage, you know. And I'm hit right now. Oh my gosh, that just almost KO'd my Annihilate. I would still have one left though, so... But if both my Annihilate get KO'd, he's doing something what Banette did, Mega Banette, right? There's multiple Darkrai. But they don't stay until you find the right one. They use an attack. Just keep on rolling. That's what I'm doing. Keep on rolling. And if you could find the spot to stand in, that's good. But if not, keep on rolling and you should be able to just dodge the attacks. Call back your Pokemon because they will take damage. My Annihilate probably would have fainted there. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Focus Energy again. And then Bulk Up. And then Screech. And oh man. Did Annihilate just avoid all that? Wow. Alright. And Screech. And now I'm going to go for another C+, Rage Fist right now. Below 50%, love to see it. Now I'm feeling pretty good about the battle. When I jumped into it, I thought I was not going to do so well when I jumped into it without healing. But now I'm kind of glad I didn't heal, you know? Oh, but look, I'm almost knocked out. So, listen, when you get the red screen, I don't care. You want to stay far away from the Pokemon. The reason I went up closer to him because he was dizzy, so he couldn't attack me. But you want to stay away from the Pokemon when you trigger that red screen. Believe me. Because you do not want to lose multiple times to Mega Rayquaza like I did. Or Mega Darkrai if you happen to lose against it. I call back Annihilate. And he is going to send out a bunch of those. And he's even protecting himself. I mean, the thing about Mega Darkrai is, like, the more difficult attacks are really not difficult to avoid, I feel like. So, it's really, honestly, like, if he was weak to Ghost, like, right, if he wasn't a Dark type, for example, I feel like this battle would just be so easy. Like, I feel like it's pretty... It's not really that bad, to be honest. I thought it... Well, I read it was going to be more difficult than it was. I'm definitely going to heal now, because we have Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza left, and I haven't used any heals. So I might as well use them, right? There's no reason not to. You know, I can't carry them over to something else, so... I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Goigeist and begin with that Trick or Treat to make Groudon a Ghost type. And again, when Groudon or Darkrai or Rayquaza, whatever, Kyogre, they leave and Mega Evolve, you have to make the Mega a Ghost type as well. So they won't carry over the Ghost typing. Just something to keep in mind. So let's see what's going on in this battle. I'm just trying to boost up my stats. Just avoid the fire attacks that Groudon throws at you. It's going to be worse when Primal Groudon comes, of course, but it's still not tough. And I'm going to go for another bulk up, collect that Mega Energy. I have no Megas on my team, of course, but they still help you to use the C+ moves. Go for the Screech there. And I'm going to go for a Rage Fist. Really not doing too much. No critical hit for me. But that's okay. I'm going to be... He's dizzy, so can I... well, I want to go for a bulk up, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Screech. And now I want to go for a C+ Rage Fist. Groudon is like Heatran. It just stays where it is for the most part. He's going for... was that Solar Beam? That might... I don't know. That might have been Solar Beam. Oh, it's this Scorching Sands. I guess this is Scorching Sands. Okay. Yeah, so that's Scorching Sands there. And I'm going to go for a Screech. And now I want to Rage Fist, a C+ Rage Fist on the Groudon. Yeah, I mean, these base forms, not going to be difficult. Not going to be difficult. And I will go and finish off the Kyogre. And now Kyogre is going to Primal revert back to its ancient form. Primal Groudon. I remember the first time getting up to this battle, I'm like, oh my gosh. Primal Groudon. Manageable fight, obviously more difficult, right? But yeah, as long as your Pokemon shouldn't be knocked out. Yeah, I mean, you might lose one, maybe two, but like generally speaking, you should be fine. It's you that you have to worry about more so. But yeah, set up the Trick or Treat, set up the light screen, safeguard so you don't get burned, you know, which is important here. I don't think I went for the safeguard there, but you should. Well, I don't know why I didn't, but it's fine. Oh, I guess I didn't because I have 3 heals left, so I'm gonna heal next battle as long as I remember, no matter what, right? So now I get off my C+ attack. C+ Rage Fist. And I'm going to go for a Screech. I want to be able to bulk up. I can't bulk up quite yet. Yeah, now I can. I'm going to do that. And let's see. What am I going to do now? I'm going to go for that Rage Fist. What's he doing? He's making the... Oh, okay. So you got that attack. Easy enough to dodge. Now he's making the whole field lava. So stay where there's no lava. But once lava comes, just dodge into that other part. Or you can just continuously roll as well, which you should be able to avoid the lava attacks if you just continuously roll. So he is below 50% now. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with Primal Groudon or Primal Kyogre. And let's see. See, I got burned, as you can see. So not great for Annihilate, but I have 3 more Annihilate, so I really wasn't concerned. I'm going to go ahead and go for Goigeist now. Or bring in Goigeist. Just go for another light screen. Yeah, again, I'm not concerned about carrying that burn over to the next game because I know I'm going to heal no matter what. Actually, no, that's not true. We have 2 more heals. We have Kyogre, Rayquaza, and oh yeah, Zygarde. No, I guess that wasn't true. Okay. Okay, never mind. But still, I guess my way of thinking, I either forgot, which is likely, to use the safeguard, or I was like, I'll still have multiple Annihilates. I'll be fine anyway against Kyogre. Kyogre's easy enough. And there we go. Primal Groudon defeated. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let me know if you're still with me. Yeah. Have you been watching the whole thing? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know who has been. I would appreciate it. Now we're up to Kyogre. Here we go. Definitely have to go for a Goigeist. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Trick or Treat right now. This is another one where using Safeguard is worth it because you could get frozen from like Blizzard or whatever other ice attack it has. So if you want to use a Safeguard, it's probably worth it, especially if you don't have a lot of heals left. You only have 3 throughout the whole battle, so. Kyogre, unlike Groudon, does move around. It's not too bad though, you know, compared to some other Pokemon. So it's really not that bad at all. So I'm going to, he does use a Surf attack. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Rage Fist, doing so much damage. Makes sense. He's using another Surf. But that doesn't do much damage, right? That doesn't do much damage. I'm going to be able to Screech that. He does go for another Surf. And he is confused right now. Or dizzy, whatever. So can I get off this Rage Fist? Yeah, I'll get off that Rage Fist. And that will knock out the Kyogre. But as we know, Kyogre is going to Primal revert back to its original state from centuries ago. However long in ancient times, millions of years ago, or whatever. However long this Kyogre reigned supreme in the ancient past. So you have to do the setup again. You have to go for Trick or Treat. These attacks obviously hit harder than the regular Kyogre. That goes without saying, of course, right? You know, that obviously makes sense. But that's fine. I'm going to recall it now and bring out Annihilate. Definitely don't want to use the burned one at all. Like, yes, I used the paralyzed one, but you don't want to use the burned one because burn, like, halves your attack, I think, right? And that's a big deal for Annihilate, so you don't want to do that. Some pretty good damage there from that attack. Primal Kyogre is going to go ahead and go for an attack. I am going to... what do I do here? Did I attack? I guess I use Rage Fist there. Okay. I think it's time I could set up a bulk up. No, not quite. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Screech, though. And now I can set up a bulk up. He's going to go for his attack. And it's going to be this water attack. This one's not bad. I think you just dodge it. Like, it might be hard to dodge. Well, that one's not difficult. You know, it's when it gets stronger. But, like, it doesn't, like, put you in the red bar immediately, you know. It's not bad. That one's not bad at all. Primal Kyogre is going to do it again. See, I got hit, but I'm not even in the red, so it didn't really matter. And now I'm going to send out Goigeist. And I'm going to set up another light screen. This electric attack is a little bit annoying. I think this immediately puts you in the red if it hits you. At least, like, I know it hit me once. I don't know if it's during this battle. And I think it was in this when he was below 50%, so it was doing more. Like, it was... So that was a little bit annoying, but it's really not bad. You know, you just have to pay attention to him and just dodge the attacks. But you also have to keep in mind, I played this rush mode so many times that I just got familiar with it. So, you know, I was able to just, like, do better. So even though some of these battles are not tough for me, you might start out and they might be difficult for you. And that's okay, by the way. That's okay. It takes practice. I don't expect you to beat it on your first try, even though you might. You know, I'm sure some people have. Let me know if you did. But we did take out... We don't even see his stronger electric attack. He was about to use it, but we were able to KO him. And I'm definitely healing because next up is going to be Rayquaza. So, and there's only 2 Pokemon left, so there's no reason not to heal. Now, will I go back and do a no-heal run? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because that burn you get at the beginning of the game would have to carry over all the way to the end. And I just don't think it's worth it. I don't know. I don't plan on it. So Rayquaza's easy. It was Mega Rayquaza that KO'd me the most. So the Mega Rayquaza was the thing. We'll talk about it when we get to it. All right, we'll talk about it when we get to it. So I'm just gonna do some setups right now against Rayquaza. Now we can go for Rage Fist. Oh, actually a Screech, excuse me. Now we can go for the C plus Rage Fist. Does a lot of damage to the regular Rayquaza. He did do some damage to us, so I don't want to be put in the red, so I'm trying to avoid it if I can. Avoid some of his attacks right now. And look at that. I three-shot this, I think. Yeah, it's really not tough. The regular one, not at all. So, there we go. I just three-shot the Rayquaza. So, really easy Pokemon to fight and beat. Now it's going to Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza. Uh-oh. But here we go. Mega Rayquaza. So Mega Rayquaza goes after you. He targets you. So, as Panfro was saying in his video, the most important thing to do is just pay attention to him and try and dodge. Because you don't want to lose to him, even though I lost to him several times. You still want to beat him. You do a good amount of damage to the Mega Rayquaza, but you just have to make sure like you can stay healthy. You can stay healthy. I don't mean you annihilate, I mean you know. And he's doing pretty much the same attacks as Rayquaza, just stronger, you know, larger. They hit further distances, right? And I'm gonna go for the Rage Fist C+. I miss, unfortunately, but it's fine. I have to do setup again. Yes, I'm avoiding him, but I do have to start getting damage on him, right? And there we go. Look how much damage I did. I don't like this. Not the biggest fan of this attack. You want to recall your Pokemon and then try and get out of this without getting hit, because you will immediately go into the red if you get hit. As you're about to see. So that is not great. Oops. Yes, I lost this run, and I had to do another run. The following run I beat. So I showed you, I didn't record all of the following run because I didn't know I would beat it that time. So I started recording when I got up to Mega Rayquaza again. So I did lose that run that we saw, unfortunately, but that is okay because we're up to Mega Rayquaza again. And I'm like, oh, come on, we could do this. This was last night, by the way. And I'm just gonna do the setups, trying to pay close attention to it. I have not, up until this point, I haven't battled Zygarde yet. Up until this point, I have not beaten Mega Rayquaza. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch out Guigeist. And he hits me. I'm not as far as I should be. Still, it doesn't like put me in the red or anything. Still, obviously, you don't want to. You want to stay healthy. That didn't do much. He got me in the red. That's why you want to stay healthy. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to hit me. He's going to hit me. I got to keep on rolling. I got to avoid his attacks, and I avoid it. I'm out of the red. Whew! I don't want to lose to him again. So I was far enough that time. But now we got to begin setting up. But I really hardly did anything to him. But still, even if it goes on, oh, not this part again. Even if it goes on longer than whatever. If it goes on a long time, whatever. You know, as long as you're avoiding his attacks, that's all that really matters. And I do avoid getting hit that time. I do escape that, which is really nice for me. So I'm going to begin the setup again. Okay. I'm trying to dodge. Nah, but he hits me. So now I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm not going to go for any more attacks. I'm just going to avoid it until this red barrier goes away, and it's away. Good. You know? But that's okay. At this point, I'm like, I don't care how long it takes. If this battle takes an hour, that's fine. You know, just stay calm. You know, stay calm. You'll be able to do it at some point. And I knew I would beat this mode eventually. I didn't know it would be this try, but like I knew I would get it eventually. But okay, very nice, very nice. And that was a bulk up. Tries to hit me. Did I avoid that? No, I think it barely hit me. I go for Rage Fist Plus. Look how low he is. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's low. My heart's pounding. It really was. Oh, he's going for an attack. He's going for a powerful attack. Oh, the Hurricanes. I thought I lost at this point. Because I was literally in the Hurricane when it went to the red. And I didn't think I would be able to avoid all these Hurricanes. I literally avoided it and was hit again. Did you see that? How lucky was that? And I can't even see where I'm going. I'm just rolling, hoping to avoid it. I almost lost again. I got so lucky with that. That's crazy. And I'm in the red again. You can see, I don't know. There's obviously better strategies against this, but this one really kicked my butt. Mega Rayquaza really kicked my butt. But look how low he is. One more hit. Come on. I just want to go for it. Come on. I'm just going for it. Rage Fist. Let's go. Mega Rayquaza is done. Well, unless if I lose to Zygarde and I have to do it again. But, I have not battled Zygarde yet. And this will be the first time battling Zygarde. And you have 3 forms of Zygarde, right? The 10% form, the 50% form, and the complete form. This form is easy. The 10% form is easy. You're not going to lose to this one. I would be shocked if you lost to this one. This is a guaranteed win. So it's more like 2 forms. I thought the 50% one was easy as well. The complete was definitely not. But you know, I thought the 50% was easy, but it's still like more challenging, you know. But this Zygarde, you'll be fine against, you know. If you're going in with this team, this is the first time battling. I mean, obviously I battled Zygarde in the main story, but this is the first time battling it in this. You know, we're doing some pretty good damage there too. So I'm going to be able to, beat Zygarde 10% easily. He doesn't go for that attack. What was that? 1,000? I don't know. I don't even know what attack that was. 1,000 knives, maybe. 1,000 something. I don't know. 1,000 arrows, I think it was. Alright, so I can go for Rage Fist right now. And I'm gonna bulk up again. And same as all the others, you do have to change it to a ghost type in every battle. Even though it's the same Pokemon, it's a different form. You do have to use Trick or Treat every single time. So, one more hit should be. I just go for the hit, and that will. Oh, actually, no, I go for bulk up. Interesting. I think one hit would have been enough without the bulk up, but it's fine. Now, Zygarde 10% will change into the 50% form. That's what he is doing right now. So Zygarde 50%. Okay, so begin with the Trick or Treat, of course, and the light screen. We know that, right? Is there any reason you would need to safeguard? I don't know. There might be. I didn't do it. There might. Oh, I guess that Rock Slide could flinch you. I guess it's probably worth it. Especially, yeah. I mean, why not? Might as well, you know. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and go for the C+ Rage Fist, doing a lot of damage actually. And I'm gonna go for another one. Below 50% already. And now he's going for an attack. And yeah, just roll out of the way. I mean, I just just knocked him out like that. So that's why I said I thought he was easy. But even if I had to avoid his attacks, that's fine. The complete form is more challenging, of course, you know. As it should be, you know, but it honestly, it was still, I didn't find it as bad as Mega Rayquaza. So if you beat Mega Rayquaza, I think you should be fine. But more challenging, definitely, than the other Zygarde form, you know. Of course, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, and he's pretty slow. He's bulky though. Like this is really, really, really bulky. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the setup, and then throw the bulk up on, and you know, or the focus energy bulk up Screech. I think Screech and then bulk up, whatever. And then begin the Rage Fist attack. So yeah, I mean he's bulky, but that was decent damage. I'll go for another Screech and another Rage Fist. Bulk up's almost ready. There you go. We can bulk up now. And this, okay, so this attack is Core Enforcer. So it's his signature move. Try to find the safe spot, which you see that right there. That's the safe spot. We got to it. We avoided the attack. But I think you could just continuously roll. Like if you're not near the safe spot, if you can't reach it or whatever, you don't see it, you could continuously roll and you should be able to avoid it. Hopefully, I believe that's how that works. But yeah, I'm able to go with another. I think I got with another Rage Fist. Yep, he's dizzy, and I'm gonna be able to get off another Rage Fist. Bulk up. I think I want another. Yeah, I want another Rage Fist. He's going for another attack. And I'm trying so hard to avoid it. I'm just rolling. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure what the best thing to do here is. Just try to avoid it. Yeah, just roll around and try to avoid it. And we should be good to go there. I'm going to do the setup. I was feeling really excited at this point in time because I'm like, we got him. We're going to get him. So I go for the Rage Fist. And Screech. And then we need another Rage Fist, don't we? Yes, we do. I could Rage Fist again, but I want to get that bulk up. So I'll go for the bulk up and then the Rage Fist. Screech, might as well. And then Zygarde is going to use Core Enforcer again, I think. Yeah, he's using Core Enforcer again. But this is a more powerful Core Enforcer, and he actually hit me. So I was like, oh my gosh, no! But I make it to the safe spot. I'm in the red, but I make it to the safe spot. He actually hit me that time with the attack. It put me immediately in the red. But that was unfortunate, but we do make it to the safe spot, luckily, for me. But you could avoid that attack. I was just hit with it like a bozo, but that's okay. So we're going to go for a Screech there. And I'm going to go for a Rage Fist here. Not enough to KO. This thing is super tanky, but I'm feeling good. Look how low he is. There's no way I'm going to get KO'd, right? That wasn't even a C+, so of course it doesn't KO. And there we go. I celebrated after I beat this. I was like, yes! Now, is it worth it? That's for you to decide. The only reward you get is like an emblem or whatever they're called that you could go online with, which is pretty cool. It says that you beat the Mega Rush mode, Mega Rush Master. So that's pretty cool. It's a title, not an emblem, but whatever. It's pretty cool, but you should get like a shiny Zygarde or something. But either way, that would be it for this one. Take care, everyone. Bye.